And what's the carry for HYDRA going to be in the end? If it's not the Kunkka, if it's something else, for example. I like this ET pickup here. Great setup, great stuns, a lot of damage from Winstrike when it comes to team fight.
Yeah, when it comes to team fight, but the problem I'm seeing with them is how you kill that initial hero. If you're initiating with the Doom, and let's say your Lion doesn't have the Blink Dagger just yet, that hero might just run away from you and not die. So I'm kind of scared for them. You know, Elder Titan lineups, sometimes it can be they have so much damage, but sometimes they can just fall flat and not be able to kill anyone. So that's why I'm a little bit afraid for them, given that they don't have clear initiation before they get a Blink Dagger. They don't have burst damage without the finger, meaning that HYDRA are going to be the ones initiating, and with an X, as I said, anyone on the side of Winstrike can easily die.
The setup is also there for HYDRA. I think we've seen Mirana Kunkka's X-Mark arrows a couple times, but I don't think they're going to be playing the same lane in this case. So it's kind of like you don't necessarily look at it as the combo for HYDRA for looking pickoffs. They do have the Mirana potentially roaming into mid for a couple arrows, cause some havoc around the map. And every time you do have the X-Mark, you should be able to connect that into a stun every single time. So it does empower the Kunkka's laning stage a little bit. Now it's starting to look like a mid Kunkka with this Wraith King pick.
Yeah, it's looking like a mid Kunkka, though. He could go into the off lane. It's not uncommon. Though against the Elder Titan, I'd actually like something that can threaten the Elder Titan, because with the Kunkka Mirana, he can just run at the Kunkka, punch him in the face, and there's not much that he's going to be able to do. So I'm liking this Wraith King pick. As I said, Winstrike, they might have this jump. They jump in on you, they doom you, and then if they don't get that kill, it's very dangerous. So Wraith King just posturing aggressively will be a big problem for them. So I'm actually loving the pick. The really weird thing, though, Panda, is that no one has touched the Mars from the start of this draft. Mars has almost always been first phase, ban or pick material, and here none of the teams have gone for it. I kind of feel like it would go really well with HYDRA's lineup here, so we expect Winstrike to get rid of it here. I'm thinking.
Yeah, very true. Like the Mars could still be a potential ban here for Winstrike if they don't want to let HYDRA have that. It's a scary setup against the Invoker, for example. And again, another tool to work with the arrow for Mirana. So it's like a no-brainer pick, kind of. Though, are they prepared for it? Because you do have the Doom, you do have the ET. ET kind of counteracts the Mars, but that kind of just forces the Mars to build a BKB, and then he's unfazed about the Elder Titan doing anything in team fights, at least towards him. So they might be ready to play against it, even if it's a good pick for HYDRA.
5 seconds. Hurry,
maybe they want to do it. I would recommend that they get it out of the way right now. Interesting thing about Winstrike, the Hawk is their carry, and I heard a few people say, like, this is the guy whose stream you watch if you want to see what's gonna be good in the meta, right? He is a really good innovator, so it wouldn't surprise me if Winstrike picks something weird here that we're not expecting, and I'm kind of hoping for it. To see some weird builds, a weird hero, maybe something that we haven't seen so far, and he's the guy that could bring something new up. Also, Panda, we haven't gone through these two teams. I kind of feel like these are the two teams, if we put CIS rejects on the side, that could actually both of them go into the upper division. Looking at these lineups, Winstrike is looking amazing, and HYDRA, some really good players here, though still yet to prove themselves super hard here in the Eastern Europe.
I agree. I think let me bring it up. Hang on, just a second. So when I did some discussions with Winstrike, and I think we ran into some pretty interesting things. So I talked with their coach Mag, who's been with them since the No Marcy times. He's been giving some thorough answers when we're talking about. He's a really smart guy. He's a really wise guy. And I feel like the way that he's talking about his team, the way that they've worked on their strategies between Dahak and Soneko, what kind of direction do they want to go? I feel like this team is super determined to not be happier than anything except the top 2 finish for this team. So I think Winstrike, obviously, like you said, a primary top contender out of the Eastern European Division 2 to go all the way through. And HYDRA is going to definitely give them a big fight. I feel like HYDRA's been improving from time to time, from week to week. I feel like they're in a better form, and they have this. They now have the common language to communicate with. They're all Kyrgyzstani players, and that they all see where they want to, what direction do they want to pull this team in. And they also said that they are looking to be top 2. CIS Rejects, we'll have to talk about more of that in the future, though. They did win one series. Now we're looking for Winstrike's or HYDRA's first victory. We got a Monkey King last pick. One more to go.
I'm not that fond of this Winstrike lineup, I have to say. I think the Mars now is a perfect pick, but we'll go for the Magnus. The reason I don't like this Winstrike draft so much is they don't have that good of a push. They don't have that good of a team fight. Unless, of course, the Elder Titan sets it up perfectly. He gives us a thumbs up there. I'm gonna do it, you know? So I'm kind of liking this HYDRA lineup a lot more. Their mid lane matchup is pretty solid. They have more catch. They have more potential to kill people around the map. And also they have this X factor in the Mirana. Winstrike, on the other hand, if they start losing the lanes, how do you get back? How do you stop yourself from being hunted down by HYDRA? I'm not so sure. So Winstrike, they're going to have to do some heavy lifting here in the laning stage. And I'm not really sure what to expect from the Invoker. Will he go for Exort? Probably will go for the Wex build into that hybrid one later on. But a lot of it is going to come down to him if he can make the plays around the map. And HYDRA, their draft is looking amazing to me, I have to say, T-Panda.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the aspects that they're bringing out. I feel like it's a pretty somewhat solid, simple lineup to play. But when I see Soneko and ET, when I see the Hawk playing Monkey King, even if you feel like the draft is not necessarily looking like the best draft that they have, I'm going to lean on Winstrike with this one. I feel like the way that the Hawk and Soneko can combine their strength, their experience, and playing in the same lane, we're going to see them deal a lot of damage from that safe lane for Winstrike. But that's our opinions. I wonder what our viewers are thinking about this this series of these two teams matching up against each other. Our final of the day, Winstrike taking on HYDRA. And a best of 3, of course. 2 victories required.
Yeah, we'll see who comes out on top. I definitely agree on you that Winstrike is, I think they are the better team. Definitely, they've been playing together a little bit longer than HYDRA have. So also, their players have been in the scene more in the past few years. Of course, HYDRA, their players, they are known. Not all of them are new, but we have Bleezy, who played for Na'Vi. Of course, we have Zayats, who used to be a position 4 player, but I kind of feel like position 5 does suit him. So let's see. I still believe that HYDRA do have the better draft here, but Winstrike, they can definitely get some strong harass in the bottom lane and maybe go from that Monkey King. We could see the hack just overtaking this game. So in my mind, HYDRA still looking like they could gank everywhere, and we should put our emphasis on this Mirana Muka. He can probably do a lot on this map, given that he has so many setups.
Boots also picked up on the Mirana first, so allowing Muka to keep that mobility up, look for those angles for the arrow. Most importantly, securing a quick level 2 from Magnus in the off lane with the range creeps and also the hard camp creeps that you can shoot. I think that's a huge advantage for the Magnus to have this one-shotter on your lane that can enable you to get those early levels, at least that fast level 2.
Yeah, we'll see how much Muka wants to take. He probably got boots just so that he doesn't have to take level 2 that early. Usually the Mirana can be a target of a kill in the early stages of the game before he gets the leap. So that's why you get boots and you know that you're going to be safe. If you go for a fast earn with the Ring of Protection, you know, then you have to stay close to the creeps and take all of the experience away from your offlaner. Like this, he can maybe go to the side and just be annoying to Soneko.
Funny thing about if we look at this mid matchup with Dodran versus Askold, in my interview with Mag, I asked him about Dodran being the new addition to the competitive scene and what kind of a player is he and who actually scouted him into the team. I got a pretty thorough answer from him discussing about when they were trying out things with Rabel. You know Rabel, right?
Yep.
He was the original option for them, but then they saw that, hey, this kid's actually playing pretty well, and Dodran I think he was playing for Team Khan at that time. So they were like, this guy, he's quite calm, he loves to play aggressive. And Mac mentions that he loves to play all spirits. He's playing Invoker, though, in this game. So let's see if that aggressiveness shows out from his gameplay when he's even playing Invoker. Because we all know about about spirits. Escape mechanisms, great chasing tools, a lot of damage, a lot of burst. Got all of it.
Yeah, there is kind of some points of those in the Invoker as well. You are kind of fast, you do gank, but you just don't have that easy of a way of getting out, especially not away from the Kunkka. So I'm curious to see how much he can do, and all eyes are on him actually, because the Invoker is the one that needs to make plays around the map. The other ones can only set up for him, and he needs to be the one to get the finish on the side lanes, at least in the early stages of the game, until Doom gets his ulti and we see some more levels in the supports.
Soneko having his hands filled, bullying Blizzy and Muka here in this lane. His most biggest mission for him here is keep Muka busy, keep him away from lane, try and hit Blizzy a couple times. 80 only 2 armor, but with all this damage that you can soak up, plus you get extra armor from all the creeps that the spirit hits. Definitely makes you this really good bulldozer in the lane.
Oh, and he even tanks the arrow there. I don't think that was intentional from Soneko, but top lane, the Wraith King is getting very low and he's dead.
Force Majeure also low on HP, but the Fairy Fire save, and Sayats will fall at the hands of Force Majeure. Notice then Force Majeure picking up 2 kills here, making it 2-0 with that first blood also. And Doom getting a free lane for himself. He's got to be feeling very happy after that.
Hydra, this is something that isn't expected. The Wraith King, sure, you don't have that much armor, but Doom and the Lion, do you really see these heroes as killers? I don't think so. So I think they're Hydra probably trying to be a little bit more annoying than they can, and they just get caught off guard. So Dream, he loses his life first, and then Zayats follows. So definitely not something that I did expect to happen. Lion, not really a hero that does so much damage. So a big start for Winstrike. Usually when you see a lane that has kill potential and gets kills, it's not that big of a deal, right? You expected it to happen, but when a lane that shouldn't get kills is starting to dominate this way, then it actually becomes scary.
Pretty calm phase of this game at the moment. Setting up for water runes, but nothing too big outside of that. Action runes are still gonna have to wait for another 2 minutes until that. Winstrike does have the Lion that they can open up to this mid. And Muka, obviously, on this Mirana is also capable of moving around pretty quickly. Dream's taking a lot of damage here in this top lane. Pushed away down to 150. Another salve burnt by Zayats, and Noticed really wants to run to this creep wave. Connected also takes some extra damage on the Disruptor. Dream comes out of the trees though. Force Majeure, really good stun. Wraith King still looking for a turnaround with a Wraith Fire Blast, and now he's fully committed to it. He needs to get something out of this because Noticed is otherwise just going to kill this Wraith King. Or is he? 50 HP, needs one more lightning. Yep, looking for the angle for it, but can't find it.
And only now he uses the Scorched Earth. Now they're gonna be burning. Their feet are burning for sure. Zayats, he would like to survive this one, but not gonna be happening.
Lightning to the face, Noticed. At least he's forced away, and Wraith King can still survive in this lane, but that's a dead Disruptor.
Surviving and living, they're 2 different things, and he is literally just surviving in this top lane. 19 CS compared to the 27 of the Doom. Sure, he's gonna get a few of the CS in the tower, and that's only because the Winstrike are allowing him. Look at Notice. Look at what he's doing with the 300 HP. He doesn't fear anyone here, and can they punish him? It doesn't seem like it.
Difficult. Wraith Fire Blast and a couple of right clicks might just do the trick, but this man is just tanking so much. One hit away, almost gets the kill on Dream, so close, but at least the Lion at least backs up to get the trade 1-for-1, but so close. Maybe even the Lion. Can he fight against these skeletons? They're hurting. And Dream gets a double kill. The Wraith King skeletons, they score a victory here. Wow.
Yeah, they came down to avenge their father, and they're gonna be getting it. The line goes down, and the Winstrike a little bit overextending. They're getting too eager to completely crush Hydra, so I thought that was a little bit too aggressive from Notice, but was thinking maybe this guy knows what he's doing. In the end, he does fall. It seemed like the Doom's the Doom sword was heavier than Wraith King's, given that he did swing his first. It was who's gonna hit who first, and in the end, the Dream, he won that duel.
Wraith King also has the advantage of those small skeleton swords as well, so the more the merrier. However, Soneko pushed under the tower, gonna take a couple hits from the tower as well. Arrow misses from Muka. Nice juke there from Soneko. I think he used his final tango to make himself an escape route.
I don't know if you were paying attention, but the Centaur Conqueror stunned both the Mirana and the Magnus. Just a second now, Magnus in a little bit of trouble. Blizzy, he's looking very much dead.
Make that another. Blizzy out, 5 kills for Winstrike. Off to a good start here.
Yeah, a very good start. All 3 of the cores topping the network chart. The only one doing great on Hydra is gonna be the Mirana, and that's to be expected. This is the only hero that can kill the creeps in the jungle, so it does make sense that he's gonna be doing that well in terms of network. But the other ones on the side of Hydra, they are struggling, and this Mirana needs to start rotating. Be it mid, be it the top lane, you need to win one lane heavily, and for now you're losing all 3. So it comes down to the Mirana, to Muka, to go somewhere and make sure that at least one of his cores is having a great time. So Hydra on the top lane.
Yeah, they are definitely looking for a bit of a setup here. They want that Wraith King to extend that specific line on the lane. Like, if he crosses that line, we go full ham. You've got the Doom ready to go in, does a lot of damage. You've got the Lion with the stun, and that's all you really need at this point to just punish this Wraith King another time. He's not that strong as he looks like he is. And they've definitely tried it out a couple times that this Wraith King has a weakness. Meanwhile, bottom, Dodran trying to make his rotation, but I feel like they've seen this. Boundless Strike, Skewer used. Tornado connection with the Cold Snap, and this is very important. He needs this kill to get those earned charges, and he will get them.
Yeah, first rotation from the Invoker successful. The thing is, Hydra now, they're trying to get back into this game by farming. Dream in some trouble. Doom is on him. He didn't skill up the Doom just yet, kind of focusing on the farm here, but they're really bullying Hydra in this one.
Glimpse back. Dream is instantly forced away. Like, don't bring him back. I just got away from this guy. Both connecting onto noticed. Arrow misses. How did that not hit the Doom? I just saw it on the edge of my camera that there's an arrow incoming, but Doom just, I don't know, did he kick that arrow in a different direction or something? But that was tickling his feet.
Yeah, he dodges it in weird ways, but in the end, noticed he does get himself out of there. He's already full HP, this Doom, just so much regen, and Hydra, the problem is they got the Lion kill, but it's in their own jungle, and now Dream again is being hunted. They're not allowing him to do anything. This is just so much pressure coming out from Winstrike.
At the same time, when we saw the Doom being arrowed in the topside jungle when they forced away the Wraith King when he ran out, he went to the triangle, instantly got faced by another hero, and he was just being bullied again. I was like, man, this guy's just getting not a single break. But his team is moving around him, and that does lead into a kill onto the Lion, who can't really run away from this disruptor.
Again, we're coming down to it. Every single kill Hydra get, Aaron is on the defensive. They need to make an aggressive move. X into an arrow. They attempted it, and now in the mid lane, Ascald is gonna lose all of his mana. So a possibility of an aggressive move with the Kunkka, it is gone now before he goes to the base. And Winstrike, aware of that, they can do whatever they want on the map. And the thing they want to do first is take care of the top tier 1. This is gonna hinder the Wraith King's farm so much.
10 minutes now filled. Winstrike with a 2k lead, at least money-wise. Experience is still neck and neck. Just a couple hundred difference between these two teams. Looking at a potential BKB first item on the Kunkka. So no Orchid shenanigans, no Halberds, no Sanges or anything. Just straight up BKB. So that Askel would have more roaming capabilities in team fights, have that mobility up, able to use his Tidebringer 24/7 in team fights. I think that's the biggest key factor here for the Kunkka. Get that early BKB, be able to dish out a maximum amount of damage while it's on.
He's hoping to get it as fast as possible. The Hydra, they need to make a move. They are spreading too much around the map. which will allow Winstrike to go for some kills. We can expect Dodron to start rotating after he destroys this creep wave in the mid lane. We can see if he wants to TP anywhere. There's the TP, and it's gonna be an action on the bottom lane.
About Tornado does connect onto the Magnus. Cold Snap is there with the Urn Charge being used, and with that fresh vessel, 1 charge used, 2 charges gained, as Blizzy has yet another casualty on the Hydra list. How long do these corpses keep piling up? Because for Winstrike, they might even look for more. Dodron, he's moving out with the Ghost Walk, but at the same time, they found a Lion they use Static Storm on, and they might just go on this Disruptor, knowing that he has no more defensive tools except for the Glimpse. And does he get it out? He does get it, but Dodron, he's already set it up for Seneko, who secures it.
While we were looking at action on the bottom lane, on the top lane, they actually managed to bring down the Doom. It was barely, he almost survived, was running out on single-digit HP, but in the end, they do finish him off there, and Asgold does get the kill. So Winstrike, they're gonna lose 2 around the map, and I like this from Hydra. They're gonna start playing together on their Kunkka and the Mirana, and I think that's the right move. You need to be killing some of these more important heroes and not just finishing off the supports when they're retreating away from you. And I also like that Blizzy is going for the Blink Dagger. Hydra, they know we have to fight as soon as possible, and once they get their tools, they're probably going to be more on the offensive.
There's now a total of 14 kills, and we are closing up on some crucial item timings on both ends. We're actually seeing a smoke already come out from Winstrike, and this is probably to speed up the Midas on the Invoker. They know that they have the strength and the power. They also know that they want to stretch this game into Invoker picking up some bigger items, because we know that the Quaswex Invo, which he's committed to fully, doesn't have the best farming tools when it comes to no points on Exort. So he's just going to find Muka here. And with that vessel and the damage output, it's going to be more than enough. That's going to be another 200 gold put into the Invoker bank. Thank you for that, says Dodron.
Yeah, big thing also, the Vessel is already done. Considering you're playing against the Kunkka, Magnus, and the Wraith King, all 3 are strength heroes, very hard to kill. And we talked about Winstrike maybe missing out a little bit on the damage, but with the Spirit Vessel, they're not gonna have any issues with bringing down these heroes. So Hydra again losing the top part of the map, and now we can see a big difference in map control, whereas Winstrike, they're controlling 65% of the map. So Hydra, they have to go for a smoke immediately to get them out of their jungle, or they're gonna be losing ground more and more.
Trying to gain ground here. Asgold wants to be on max range for the Torrent, and he finds the Invoker with it, follows up with the X-Mark with the boat connection. The Tornado, it is a bit of a saving tool for Dodron, but he's going to need backup right now because he's also going to get hit by the arrow. Muka on the side just popped the MLS, and they're going to chase this Invoker relentlessly, and Dodron with 60 HP. He runs out, he gets another Urn Charge, but does he regenerate faster? No, he doesn't. He tries to keep off the Mirana, tries to get the Disarm with the Deafening Blast, but it's too much with the turnaround. Doom used onto the Kunkka, and they are out of there. They're happy with the Invoker kill.
Yeah, awesome from Hydra. Winstrike, they could have gone out. They knew that the smoke was coming, but they had some nice spell usages in that fight. In the end, just the Kunkka boat keeping everyone alive long enough, and Winstrike just not being able to bring them down. This is the damage problem that we're talking about, and they really need to choose their fights better. Winstrike, they got a really good start. They have to be careful not to throw away this lead that they have accumulated, and already we can see that the Wraith King and the Kunkka are completely back in the game.
Yeah, Wraith King third in net worth. Kunkka only a couple hundred gold ahead of that and just behind the Doom. Doom usually always is leading the net worth chart. There's no question about that. The Devour tool, the farming tools for this Doom is really good. Plus Midas. But I have to ask you, is double Midas the way to go?
Well, you kind of have the heroes that are good with Midas. The late game of Winstrike can be quite formidable, but then again, the late game of Hydra is very formidable as well. So I think you have no choice. Doom, it's a stable item to go for him. Invoker, this hero is gonna struggle in levels if you don't get the Midas. So you have to do it.
Yeah.
You've drafted yourself in a position when where you have to do it, and now you might have a 3k gold lead, but that's in Midas's. And to be honest, Hydra, they're not that much weaker now, and this is the timing that they were looking for. Now they can chase people. They have 3 points in Glimpse. It's gonna be 4 in the when he hits level 9, and maybe they can get multiple kills. That's why they're going for this move, especially with the Blink Dagger on the Magnus. They're gonna try to get a big kill.
So they're ready to use both the Blink initiation, but they're also ready to take a team fight because Kunkka, BKB, and as he said, the Blink on the Magnus. So both items perfectly timed. Winstrike I feel like they're looking at the clock as well. It's about 15 minutes. I think the Magnus should have a Blink Dagger by now, so they're playing it carefully. But now they also knocked out the BKB. Third Splitter will be used on Ascald. He's already dropped down to half HP. RP used beautifully onto 2. Static Storm Science follows up them nicely. They're all packed up. The Kokobon coming in as well. And Force Majeure notice will both go down. Ascald with the double kill. Can they get some more? They've got Glimpse available. They're looking for Dodrin. They can't quite see him, but the X mark is going to be enough. And they found the Hawk. The Hawk, the big Monkey King that is not allowed to lose his life right now. Can he hold his ground? Dodrin on the side. Monkey King ulti through. Dream will be taken down. Please, he pushes him down for the Dream, but the Hawk is still regenerating with a Jingu Mastery sacks, but it's not gonna be enough. And HYDRA find another with the glimpse on Dodrin. The initial attempt on him didn't work out, but the second one, it does. And Winstrike, they pay a heavy price, but HYDRA, they're celebrating.
Yeah, they had everything they needed. All of their items were up on Winstrike. They came into that fight even when they saw 2 of their heroes just get destroyed in a second. Nice attempt of getting the Kunkka low, but as soon as he uses the BKB and the boat, you just don't have the damage. The only way you kill him in this game is Blink Dagger, Hex, and he dies with the finger. But even that isn't gonna be that easy. So Blizzy, he finds his opening, he brings them to the Kunkka, and they get drowned easily in the end. Dream is gonna be showing who's the one true king, and the Monkey King gets dropped down. So very nice fight, and especially with the mid lane tower going down, this opens up the map so much more for the Axe Arrow and for the Glimpse plays. So Winstrike, who are nowhere near the BKBs on the Invoker and the Monkey, are gonna be in so much trouble in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Tiny bit of some mouse issues there with the Wraith King, but at the same time he is calling that he will help his weak and puny allies to fix their mouse for him. Now with the help of this Empower, this Wraith King is really starting to ramp up and farm, and that damage output, you can start to feel it. I think Lion has to be always afraid of this Wraith King. If he blinks next to you, if Wraith King even goes for a blink this game, you are in danger of being deleted.
Yeah, looking at the heroes in Winstrike, they don't really have that much armor, but they're going for a play. They don't really have a Blink Dagger to initiate right now.
No Wraith King.
See?
2 big spells are missing right now. Muka X'd up. Quick kill with the finger from Force Majeure. At least they can try to focus on this tier 1 tower. With the Mirana gone, Glyph will be used at least. Is there anything else they can do? RP in 20. And 2 minutes for the Wraith King ult. Looks like they're just going to give it away.
I kind of feel like HYDRA could have fought this even without the RP. They have the boat, they have the Static Storm. Only the Doom has the BKB. Maybe that's the reason they're afraid. So HYDRA will let go of that tower. It looked to me like they had the strength necessary to fight, but they will decide against it and play it a little bit safer now. Considering Winstrike will go for the double Midas, it might not be the smartest move to give away objectives just like that. But in the end, what's done is done, and Winstrike, they open up the map a little bit for themselves as well. We'll see how many pickoffs they can actually get when the Lion finishes off the blink, and Force is getting pretty close to it.
Yeah, he's getting close to it. Only a couple 100 gold short. Plus, he's getting to farm this bottom lane for himself completely. You know, protector of the tier 2 tower. Maybe somebody will write a book about him someday. The valiant defenders of the towers.
You're giving some big titles here to some of the players. I like it.
We should respect these guys. I mean, I can't help but say, but I mean, the reason we are here, we are the storytellers for Division 2. If nobody's standing up for them, who is?
Well, yeah, of course, it should be us, and I'm really liking that you're giving them those big titles. You know, just like big companies, they don't give you a big pay, but they say you're a manager, and then you feel good.
That's what they do exactly. Like they will not give you a raise. They will put a medal on your chest and tell you, "Good work, son."
Structures are fortified.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's nice for someone to tell you good work. So,
Panda
here
it's
kind of bought
important.
into that idea.
In today's world, it is important to always compliment someone, even if it's a minor detail. It can mean the world for somebody to give them a compliment, and I think we're in the right place to do so.
Looking great today, Panda.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
I'll think of a compliment towards you.
Yeah, it's hard because you just don't know where to start. Anyways, we're gonna be seeing a smoke from both sides, and both of them kind of missing each other. Both of the teams wanting to fight at this point, but I think Winstrike are gonna be happy that they dodged this one in the mid lane, though.
Attempt is being played. Magnus is just standing still right now, and he's being controlled. Vessel damage, and he does get the RP off, but that's all he does. However, is it enough? Because Force Majeure is low on HP. Jotron is running out. Zayats is walking into the trap of Soneko, who is dropping a big ulti there into the feet of Muka, but it's not going to be enough to kill the Mirana. And now the ET is suddenly found very alone. Optimistic Sunstrike doesn't quite land on the mark, but Soneko almost finds another. Though, Winstrike, they end up losing 3 for this. They do get the Magnus kill, but after that, it just felt like they fell short.
Yeah, that Magnus RP before he dies, it actually made a big difference in the fight, considering that he caught the Doom and he didn't get the BKB off. If the Doom had gotten the BKB off there, gets the Doom off, maybe the fight would look a little bit different, but in this kind of a scenario, HYDRA, they just win this fight strongly. Arrow not gonna be connecting in Force. He gets himself out with a blink. So the Lion does survive. HYDRA just looking so much more powerful right now, and Winstrike, I don't really see when their timing is gonna be there. I kind of feel like the Invoker needs to get super strong, and they need the BKB on the Monkey King before they can really do some serious damage.
HYDRA holding on to the high ground advantage here, but Winstrike, there's the Blink Hex, one of the scariest things in the Dota universe. And surprises Ascot completely, and Konka is just a mere mortal in the hands of Winstrike. It's not the same as in the previous series with V Gaming and Fantastic 5. In this case, they definitely have their answers against the Konka and won't let him be such a big issue. Dodgerin, though, nice tornado, does catch one hero, but is it going to be enough? They got the Blink stun from Noticed, and Disruptor will be held in place for a little bit longer, and with this BKB, Doom will make sure that they take 2 home. HYDRA left empty-handed, but however, still, Roshan is the key and the question that's looming in the air.
Yeah, that's. I think that was the idea there from Zayats. Just try to bait them so they don't get the Rosh, and by warding that ward and making sure that the enemies can't go for the Rosh, it's gonna be good enough. Without the Kunkka, you know that you cannot win a fight, so that's why we didn't see HYDRA use any of their spells, bring the Raid King or anything like that. They just wanted to stop the Rosh, and giving a position 5 for it, they're gonna be more than happy with it. If Winstrike had gotten the Kunkka kill and the Rosh, they might have been taking the momentum away from HYDRA, but now still HYDRA definitely looking like the ones in control of this game.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
I do love the way you think about how Zayats is kind of sacrificing himself for the greater good of getting some more extra seconds on Kunkka to respawn back, so that they know that Kunkka is the biggest threat for this Roshan. That's a great perspective to look at. And the Huck, now you gotta be very cautious. You have to keep your nerves. You gotta hold your calm. The gank squad has just bypassed. That's the moment when you hear wee woo, and HYDRA are looking for the criminal. They're looking for the burglar. Looks like Noticed is the guy who's gonna get caught on robbery. What a blink dodge on the RP. Woo.
Yeah, that's not looking good. Immediately we're gonna see a smoke from Winstrike. It's time for them to go in. HYDRA, they should know that this is coming. They're gonna walk into the road just to force a rotation, but they need to get out right now, or they're gonna get caught.
That was one of the hardest RP spots to dodge from, because that is on the edge of the high ground seat, and he didn't know about it. And now Mirana is going to get killed by the tornado. Force Majeure opens up the fight. Instant buyback from the Mirana. They know the importance of this Roshan. They need to protect it. They need to be able to contest it. Lion is also coming in. Dodgerin, though, is going to get X-Mars. They're going to get thrown into the air. They have the Earth Splitter at least onto the Raid King. It's not going to be enough. Dodgerin is already out, and this Invoker is not going to be joining the fight. Another glimpse thrown onto the Huck. But they can't get the Monkey King back in. And HYDRA heading back to the Rosh pit.
Oh, HYDRA, they definitely sense blood here when you have so much confidence to walk into the Rosh pit playing against an Elder Titan. It just goes to show Magnus.
The Huck, he throws in the ring. They're going to go look for the kill of the Magnus, and will get so. The Doom is also landing onto the Kunkka. Unnoticed onto the backline, but he's losing his HP. This Doom is just paper. Wraith King comes in and he crits the guy to death, and the Huck is looking for the kill of the Kunkka. He's going to die to the Doom, and he will be denied by Dream, and the arrow connected as well. They will take down the Monkey King. Soneko gets a kill on Zayats, but that's just a support ET. And he's also the final. He's the icing on top of the cake. HYDRA, even if they lose a couple, they take more. Still, buyback
King
from Magnus.
decides King decides who lives and who dies. He even kills his own teammate. They're denying the Kunkka. That was a really good initiation coming out from Winstrike. I'm not sure what the Magnus was doing, but he puts himself in a bad spot. Then the Kunkka comes to help. He gets doomed. That's a perfect fight for Winstrike. You can't do it any better. The problem, of course, was that the Invoker wasn't part of it, so it took too long to finish off the Kunkka. And Dream now, he's doing way too much damage with the Blink Dagger. These poor supports, even the cores, they're gonna be in so much trouble. And we can see that the Lion is already getting chased down. If the arrow connects,
yeah, that's tickling him. He's trying to TP out. Gets hit by the shockwave, but he is fine. They also used the Sunstrike into the Roche pit, so that also gave a bit of information for the Lion that nope, they're not there. Be careful.
A gift from the tempest of
If you guys hear deep breathing, it's definitely the Lion there, because he got out by the skin of his teeth, but he will be okay. This Lion is actually very farmed, level 14. Looking at Winstrike, who are kind of always staying in the back with their supports. Both Saneko and Force got a lot out of it. But the big objective will be going the way of HYDRA. They don't care about what levels Winstrike supports are, because they'll be taking the Roche. Even against the Elder Titan, they have so much confidence. They'll walk into it and the Roche will easily fall.
DD rune available in the bottom half of the river, and this Aegis will be going into the hands of Ascol. Glimpse onto Saneko, but he's a bit too far away to catch this man. Meanwhile, the Invoker did get to push bottom in, and a bit of damage onto this tier 1 tower. That would be the final outer ring of tier 1s.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Oh, this is looking really bad for Winstrike. The problem is they're on the bottom part of the map. Once the top part of the map is completely taken by HYDRA, if you're forced to play on the bottom lane, that's where you can easily be caught by a smoke. Winstrike can just leave 1 or 2 heroes in the triangle and then just move towards the bottom lane. We can see that Winstrike are trying to make some shenanigans happen there. The Hawk just cutting the waves in the mid lane, jumping around, and finally he does finish off the BKB. The strength of the Monkey King, it comes out of if you have a frontliner that is gonna bait people into your Wukong's command. Looking at Winstrike, who is gonna frontline against the Wraith King? Whoever attempts to do it will be cut down easily.
Dire's bottom tower under fire.
Bit of a smoke attempt here from HYDRA with Ascol and Zayats. Hoping to find somebody maybe lurking around in this bottom lane. There are 3 enemies around the area.
Another of Radiant's couriers
One of them
dies
being
when
the
its
Lion.
lessons
This could
marred
still
in
backfire
blood.
for HYDRA, so they have to take it carefully. X-Mark Magnus coming in as well. Lion is going to commit to it. Static Storm will be expended. And RP. So they're going to get at least 1 kill. Don't tell me the Doom's getting away. Oh no, just use Static Storm and RP for this. If I was Winstrike, you could almost just stack up and even take a fight against that Aegis with those 2 spells being used.
Yeah, normally you would say you could, but where's their damage coming from? That's the problem. They have the Doom. We talked about how they need to win a fight by the Doom going on the Kunkka and you kill him. Now it's not an option, but Blizzy there just making a bit of a mistake, being like, I can kill him with the RP, it's cool, and he forgot that this guy has a BKB, no other BKB piercing spells. He definitely could have waited there and it would have been a kill on the Doom, but kind of trigger happy for a second. It might not give them a kill, but I think HYDRA are in such a good position that even fails like those that could be considered big fails aren't gonna impact the outcome of the next few minutes.
HYDRA moving around at the triangle. The Hawk and Notice both sitting in the mid lane. And they've spotted Ascol. And this is very risky, but it's a 2v2, which is still takeable. But Saneko, again, Winstrike tried to make a move on HYDRA's heroes, and they end up losing a hero for it.
I think now Winstrike, what they're attempting to do is just get info on the map. Even if it means giving away our supports, we need to know where the enemies are for the Monkey King to be able to get some farm. Because if anyone is winning this game, it's the Hawk, right? Or maybe a Lion into a Cataclysm if the Invoker ever decides to go for an Aghanim. Those are the ways that you win fights, because you're not going to be winning a game of Dota if you don't win those. So you need more items on the Monkey King, on the Invoker. So we're probably going to be seeing Soneko or even maybe the Lion dying multiple times in this mid game.
What do you think about the Scotty on Monkey King? Will that be a big difference item here for the Monkey King, or just one item amongst the others?
Yeah, I think it's one item amongst the others, but we're gonna see a fight now go on. And can they kill this Wraith King?
It's super hard. At least on the first attempt. They will get the first kill, but they need to get a second. But those BKB timers, they're running out. Wraith King pops his own RP used by Blizzy. I think he got cancelled by something, so he just got stuck on the high ground. His blink on cooldown. And Winstrike, well, they forced one kill of the Wraith King, but still, that's not enough. And I agree with you now, seeing where's the damage. That was it. Without the Invoker, though, but still.
Yeah, still very, very tough for them. We can see the Dream understood that Monkey King did go for the Diffusal Blade, which naturally you would say is a good item for the Monkey King, but I don't know, the Diffusal Blade just seems super bad to me right now. In my mind, it's an Ursa item, it's an PL item, and that's about it. So you counter a 4,000 item, 4,000 gold item with a shard. It just goes to show Dream he's not going to be dying. He went for the shard, he understands the dangers of the Diffusal Blade, and Winstrike, they're losing their timing more and more. You could argue they have 2 Midases, but even with those, they are 6k gold behind, so effectively like 10k gold behind HYDRA, who have such a formidable teamfight. We see them whip their spells over and over again, Panda, and still they're winning every single fight without any casualties.
They are, and they're just holding a tight package. Like, they're succeeding time from time to again, not making that many mistakes either. Even if Blizzy doesn't get his RPs off, even if they just use 1 or 2 spells to potentially find 1 kill, they still find success. And again, they've moved the Doom back into their hands and noticed. He's gonna force the BKB off of the Wraith King, but that's really just a small... That's not even a relief. You still lost your Doom for a minute.
Yeah, weird that he didn't respond with the BKB once he got Horn Tossed. It's really not that hard to do right now. When you're in the air, you can use your spells. It doesn't really matter. You're not gonna get skewered back, so...
You win TI with that.
Yeah, and his BKB is already at 6 seconds, so maybe he wasn't paying attention, but the second that he was close to the Wraith King, this guy does way too much damage with the Empower. He's too strong. And Zayats in the top lane has been hunting for Dodgerin for a very long time, and finally he can maybe get him, but there's a BKB TP out. No, there's not, actually.
No, he just got... Oh, he just got RP. Just got it back. Dodgerin, he's in trouble. If only he had something to throw even against the Disruptor, but feels like he doesn't even have that slight bit. Dream will be happy to take this Invoker kill while the Doom is about to respawn, so Neko's got to be careful because that might just be another casualty, and this is a ticket towards high ground pretty much. If they don't, then they can just take a tier 2 and start taking away the map control from Winstrike. Sorry, from Winstrike, and look towards Roshan, but again, these kills are really looking into the big picture.
I could see the Invoker there kind of throwing the meatball to the side, hoping that HYDRA were hungry, but the only thing they were hungry for was the blood of the Invoker, and they finish him off easily now without the buyback. This is an easy push. Yes, there is a glyph, but the Monkey King trying to pull something off in the bottom lane, just not gonna be nearly as fast enough as an empowered Wraith King.
And Disruptor's also here, even though they're keeping him busy. They have a Tinker Ward placed down. That's just the kill on the Disruptor while they've lost their tier 3. And Dream keeps up the push, and with just 4 hits, that range Rax is gone. With a couple more, we'll also finish off the melee creeps, the melee racks. HYDRA already out of there. They've dealt the damage.
There was a slight mistake there from Ascot showing himself for a second. I think Winstrike have to be a little bit more confident. You see the Kunkka, bam, doom him. This is the way you win the fight. There is no RP. If you doom the Kunkka, there is absolutely no teamfight on HYDRA. Yes, you are afraid of the Wraith King, but, you know, he's not going to be getting any weaker anytime soon. So you should try to get those fights that kind of opened up to you.
Attempt here from Dream. Tried to look for the action rune. None to be found, though. The Huck. Force Majeure also inside the Roche pit. He does have his blink available. And he also moves out at the same time. 13 seconds for the minimum respawn timer from Roshan. And Winstrike, they're definitely playing from behind here in this this first game.
Yeah, and we're gonna be seeing some upgraded blinks coming out already. The overwhelming blink is on the menu for Asgold, and Dream is looking towards the swift blink. That's gonna increase their damage output so much, and these supports, when they get slowed down by the overwhelming blink, they're just easy grabs for the Wraith King. And HYDRA, they're going for a smoke. This could be the last fight that we see in the current game, given that Winstrike, they really don't have tools to fight their enemies right now.
Look at the way they're stacked up here. They're ready for Dahak to jump on that sweet, sweet creep wave. And hope that they can
knows.
just quickly get a quick blink RP, but he also knows, and now with the scan especially, Winstrike in a difficult position. HYDRA, wards are placed down. Vision is really key here. It's everything. We've spotted the Mirana. And RP almost, actually Blissey looked for the Horn Toss. And a nice two-man boundless strike followed up with a beautiful Ravage as well from the Lion. And the buyback coming in from Zayas. Blissey has been taken out, but the buyback comes in from the Magnus now. Dream needs to buy some time for his allies to come back. They're TPing towards the tier 3s in mid through the outposts in bottom. And Winstrike going for a reset.
Yep, very nicely done by Winstrike. Just waiting there, being patient on the trees. Imagine if that Monkey King had jumped on the creeps. He definitely would have gone down, but he understands the danger, stays in the trees, and in the end they do win a fight. None of the spells on HYDRA were expended though, but you know, we talked about Winstrike not having the damage. I kind of feel like I've already seen games like this when a team doesn't have damage, but then the Elder Titan gets an Aghanim Scepter. So I'm looking forward to Soneko just showing that big right arm and how hard he can punch with it. The problem though will be that HYDRA will be taking the Roshan. There's absolutely nothing that Winstrike can do about it.
Well, now we're revealing the Roshan. At least gets the stomp out, but still not able to steal the Roshan kill for a bit of extra gold in favor of Winstrike. Funny fact would have been if ET actually picked up the shard there. Lion, yeah, at the same time, force majeure. Blink being cancelled. Skewer connection, yeah, that's going to be enough for the kill. If the ET had shard there, he would have not only killed Roshan, but also stolen the contents.
Is dead.
Yep. But no shard just yet, and I'm not sure that Soneko is going to be going for it. We'll see what he decides to do. Maybe go for a Mask of Madness. That could be the big play to try to do enough damage inside of a fight.
Aye.
So I actually thought that HYDRA were going to be finishing this one off in the previous fight, but the Magnus being caught again, it did delay the game a bit. I don't see much chance for Winstrike. They need to win a team fight, so this is how you win these games. Who's going for a refresher?
Doom has just bought refresher, so that might have some small impact. That could at least one, either if the RP is still up on the Magnus for the second life of the Wraith King, or in this case you've got the Kunkka with the Aegis, which is gonna be difficult. You need to get both of those Dooms out. Technically, I feel like whoever gets hit by that Doom is still gonna increase the chances of Winstrike winning a team fight. So he needs to get both of them out and time them perfectly too, to get more and more effectiveness out of them. But honestly, I think he's just used them on something.
Yeah, Doom the Kunkka, I think, and ignore him. I think that's the right move. Yeah. Given that without the boat, HYDRA are just not as tanky as they would like to be. So just Doom the Kunkka, ignore him, and maybe Doom the Disruptor. You would love to get it on the Magnus, but that's hard to do given that he's always going to be looking for an RP. So just, I would like to see a Doom on the Kunkka despite the Aegis. It is the best target for Winstrike.
Golden Dream getting some work done here, forcing this tier 3 tower, and that's one more tower out. One more tier 3 remaining. Looked like Muka was throwing an arrow into the tree line, but those were just basic right clicks. Because if he did throw an arrow, that would have connected onto the Monkey King. Trying to get rid of the wards, using a Forge Spirit. There's no hero can go there. Dream thrown back with the X mark. Winstrike still has to be very, very cautious. Time is running out. They can't buy enough time for this Aegis. That's still 2.5 minutes of pushing power. Blissey, there's the beautiful Static Storm, but the BKBs are out. The stun onto Dodger, Winstrike will lose their Invoker, having to go for the buyback. They've got the Doom of the Kunkka. That's exactly what you were hoping them to do, and they have it now. And the Refresher, they've got the stun with the War Stomp, and another Doom is available with the Shiva's Guard as well, but it's going to cost a lot amount of a notice, but they will get the first level of the Wraith King. Can they get a second? Can they get him another time? They will use the RP right here, but an RP as well from Blissey onto the back line. And Winstrike in trouble, but they will be able to take the Magnus, will be able to get more of it. Because Ascol is low on HP, they will also take down Muka with the Earth Splitter. And their HYDRA will lose a couple members, but the Aegis is down. And Kunkka's coming back with the BKB. They get the stun onto the Wraith King. He is still being doomed up. He's got 1300 HP. The Sunstrike from Soneko with the stop there as well. But the Abyssal Blade and the arrow will come out from Muka. And it will cake down the ET. And Winstrike, they're running out of firepower. It's just Dodrin and Hawk, the two men alive. Dascol, he does go for another Tidebringer. Does a bit of damage, but he's still got that Satanic. And he's going to get disarmed for a second. Another X-Mark onto the Hawk. And a stun from Dream. And they will get the Monkey King down. And it's just the Invoker. GG will play this call as we hit the 40-minute marker.
Yeah, they lose that fight. They bought back a lot of the heroes there, Winstrike. They tried to fight it. It was a solid one. The problem with the Doom on the Kunkka is he already got his ulti off and he had level 25, so there were 3 ships, a lot of rum to go around for his team, and then they felt no pain for some time, and that's the main reason that fight went so well for HYDRA. The Doom usages were good, but they were just a little bit too late. As I said, Winstrike needed to be a little bit more confident, but even then, I don't think that this was an easy game for them to take, even if they would get a perfect team fight off.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like this game was never easy at any point for well, you could almost say for either team, because Winstrike, if they could have gotten more out of that early game, when you saw the Invoker getting all those kills, you got a constant flow of earn charges going in. It felt like any kill would do for them, and pretty much it looked like it. Like they could just get any pick off that waltzed into their direction, and double Midas didn't pay off. Not in this game.
Yeah, it didn't pay off. I feel like with the lineup like this, you have to play everything perfectly. The laning stage started off better than I expected, so I thought maybe they can transition it into a win. But after just one fight won from HYDRA, and when the Kunkka got the BKB, Winstrike, they were looking pretty helpless. You saw they were trying to split push, they were trying to make space, but in the end, you will always be forced into a team fight. And when it comes to team fight, looking at HYDRA's lineup, they're just not gonna lose it that easily. So in the end, Winstrike, they are not going to be good enough to win game number 1, even though we hyped them up so much. So hopefully T-Panda, they do something in game number 2, or we're not going to be looking that good.
Well, you heard the man. We'll take a tiny breather, and we shall return with the second game of this series, and we'll see if we do end up going all the way, or is it going to be a 2-0 for HYDRA.